Well, my clock says it's 5:29, so maybe we can launch forth. Welcome, everybody. Um, and Rod and Rick, have you had a chance to review the minutes?
Yes,
Uh, I have as well.
All right. Any corrections or changes?
None from me.
none for me.
All right. Is there a motion to accept the June 29th minutes?
As submitted, I so move.
I'll second.
All right. The motion has been made and seconded. If there's no further discussion, we'll call for a vote. Rod,
Aye.
Rick?
Yeah.
Yes, and Andrew is yes, and the motion passes unanimously. Um, I don't see any appointments. Are we clear on that?
That is correct.
Okay. So we're on, looks like might have a record agenda here for a summer meeting. Um,
Yay.
are there department liaison reports? Rick, do you have one?
I do. For the police liaison role, I mentioned at our last meeting that there was going to be a change in the police paid detail rate, um, which coincides with the Massachusetts State Police. It's part of the normal process. And that actually started yesterday on July 12th. So that is now in effect. Um, the 4th of July parade was successful, according to the chief, as far as everyone's efforts in helping it run smoothly. And the chief and his staff are transitioning into planning the process for the Bridge of Flowers Road Race, which is one of the largest annual events, and coordinating public safety partners and the event organizers and so on. And lastly, our police chief, Greg Bardwell, recently completed his first course in the nationally recognized FBI LEEDA. I love acronyms. Leadership Trilogy. This initial program focused on supervisor leadership and emphasis, organizational leadership, communication, employee development, ethical decision making, and effective supervision within modern law enforcement agencies. He is scheduled to complete the remaining two courses over the coming months and expects to complete the entire trilogy by November. Earning this certificate is significant and is a professional milestone for him. He says that it will greatly enhance his ability to lead the department, mentor personnel, strengthen organizational effectiveness, and continue implementing nationally recognized leadership principles that benefit both our officers and the community. So hats off to him for getting part one of three done. And I believe it was posted to the Shelburne Police Facebook page this afternoon with a photo mentioning this as well. And that's all I have.
Thank you. And what is the new police detail rate?
The old rate was $56.25 per hour, and the new is $81 even.
Whoa. And that applies to like Fourth of July parades or traffic details or everything, or how does
It,
it work?
it's all paid detail. It's a paid detail policy change.
Oh, right.
Excuse me.
Wow.
The increase stems from the recently ratified Massachusetts State Police Collective Bargaining Agreement, and it raised the certified rate effective 30 days following that. And that, as I say, passed, and the 30 days was up yesterday. So the new rates are in effect.
All right. Well, maybe we can get the finance committee to give us a report or unless you have it about what that estimated impact will be on our town budget of that $30 an hour increase. I don't
That's a,
know how much we spend on details now.
I was ready to answer, but let Terry go. You had your hand up first.
It's paid for by the vendors who hire the officers.
Yep.
The utilities, for town events, the police are very generous with their time for events like 4th of July and road race.
So an example would be if they need a police officer when they have the bridge closed down at the Shelburne Center Library, that would be paid by the contractor, not the town. So it doesn't affect our finances at all, to the best of my knowledge.
Good. So when you say paid by the contractor, though, the contractor is being paid by grant funding, right?
Well,
No,
it could be any that one
No.
specifically, I don't know, possibly, but any event where some outside party needs to hire paid duty, whether it's highway repair work by the guardrail company or whatever, that's when that rate is effective.
Okay. Great. Well, thank you. Rod, do you have an update?
Yes, on highway. Last week they started on the bridge down by the Stone Library on Bradwell's Ferry. And I was asked to go to a meeting there Wednesday, the 8th, and we met down there. There's some birds underneath the bridge that we're concerned about. And so I've been checking on them morning and afternoon, making sure that mom is still taking care of them and everything seems to be fine. Everything's just going along smoothly there. Jeff got an estimate for retaining wall and sidewalk up by the Sweetheart, which came out to $8,500. The landowner wants the retaining wall to look like the one to the left of her driveway. If we did state specs, which we hadn't, I guess, looked into or did, the walk would have to be 5 feet wide, and I don't think the landowner's willing to let us dig into 5 feet. The extended warranty on the new International truck is $5,400. Jeff anticipated that when he purchased it, and he was hoping to get the funds from a maintenance line item. Gravel roads have all been graded. Now they're putting dust control product on it, which is greatly needed this time of year. And he's going to start on patching the roads again with potholes and stuff. Lawn mowing, roadside mowing's happening at a slower pace. And he and I are going to go up to, where are we going? Fisk Mill Road to view a drainage problem at some point soon as we can all get together. And I'll keep you posted on that. Other than that, that's about it.
Great. And Rod, what is the thought about the $8,500 sidewalk repair? Is there money in the highway budget for that, or is that going to happen some other way?
We at this point we're not sure. We were thinking maybe do the retaining wall this year and the sidewalk next year to kind of, it wouldn't be such a big hit. We're just now looking into seeing if there was money in highway for that or not.
But Andrew,
Yes, go ahead, Rick.
it sounded like that was predicated on the property owners allowing you to do it anyway, right? To make it meet
Correct.
so the jury's out.
Oh, I thought you said, Rod, that we did have approval from the property.
No, not as of yet. I'm sorry if I made it sound like that.
Oh, okay. So that's still a work in progress.
That's still a work in progress, yes.
Oh, okay. So, and Terry, if we were to do this in two pieces, is that something we could pay for with money we have, or would we have to put that on the warrant?
First of all, if the homeowner approves the proposed plan, I would want Jeff or Rod to speak with town council because the town can't use town funds to improve a private property. If it's within the town's right of way, she may say that it's okay. I also don't know from a liability standpoint, if the existing sidewalk right now is just a gravel path, if that is okay. I'm not sure. But if it has to be done in two part, I guess that's the way it has to be done.
When you say if the gravel path is okay, what do you mean by that?
Well, the sidewalks leading up to it are probably ADA compliant because the project was paid for as part of that section of the street is considered state highway. So I'm assuming the sidewalk is ADA compliant. I just don't know, like Rod said, if there's enough room to cut into this individual's property to create the wall and a 5-foot sidewalk. So I just feel like there's a lot that has to be looked at before they proceed with this project.
So the question you're raising is if we wanted to do it at less than state highway specs, would we be able to do that?
Yes.
Okay.
And whether or not we could use town funds to better a person's property.
Okay. So it sounds like there are some research questions there to answer before we
Yes,
come
there
up with a
is.
final project.
Yes.
Good. All right. On my end, I have not yet met with the town staff. I have met with the Pratt committee regarding the library. We are on the path to trying to get a joint meeting with Buckland to look into how we might together own the Arms Library and manage it. We have not really had much conversation with Buckland yet about those questions and uh, reaching back into the ancient past about the origins of the building bequest and all the rest that has flowed since then. It's a tangled tale. Um, but the Pratt Arms Library folks are also wrapping up the lift installations. So we'll have more information on that once that's complete. Um, and what else? Oh, and just running back through the minutes, a couple of updates. When I mentioned the candidate forum for August for the First Franklin state rep candidates that I was interested in getting some public information going about that. I learned since then and have spoken to Senator Mark, who's interested in doing a Democratic primary forum with two of those candidates in August. So I deferred to him and said I would support his effort. So that's kind of where whose court the ball is in at present. And I have not yet heard back from him about a date, but he said he was interested in working on that. So I will let you know when I hear more from Senator Mark. And Terry, did Owen Bragdon get connected with Joe Judd about the seal question?
Yes, he did.
Oh, good. Okay, so I just want to make sure that was checked off. Oh, and the only other thing I have is there is a FERCog meeting scheduled for this Thursday from 5 to 5:30 prior to their they're doing a listening session after that, and that will be here, let me get the agenda. A listening session about the updates to the pilot program, payment in lieu of taxes. That will be in person at the FERCog, and I am not able to attend. So I'm just letting you know in case either one of you want to go to that meeting.
Mm,
That was the 16th.
Yeah.
I will not be able to.
Okay. Rick, do you want me to forward that information to you, or you're not able to do that either?
I still get those emails since I had filled in for you a few other times.
Oh, okay. So you know about that.
So I am aware of it. I thought the first section was still available by Zoom.
No, I asked them. They said it was only in person.
Both sessions are.
I believe so, yeah.
Okay, I'll double check it and let you know what I do.
Okay,
All right,
sounds good.
I will try.
Okay, great. Thank you. Um, let's see. I think that's all we've got on the liaison stuff. Um, anything else that I've missed, Terry?
Wanted to thank Jim Perry for his volunteer work on the Bridge Street trees. He provided us with a comprehensive list of the trees, what was planted, what was removed, and then recently, with Rod's blessing, agreed to come in and trim some of the lower branches and dispose of that material. So there were no branches at eye level, and those that were coming up from the base that could potentially create a trip hazard. And I walked the street today and it looks really nice. So I appreciate his volunteer efforts.
Good. Speaking of the Bridge Street street trees, I did run into Brock Cutting on the street, and he mentioned two things to me. One, he thought um, we had missed the boat in our last Bridge Street grant project in not putting little spigots by the trees so that they could be watered, because he said those trees are in desperate need of water. Um, and that was something that Jim Richardson had done in the past to keep our new trees alive, but required a fair amount of water to be distributed. So I don't know if that's something, Rod, that you want to take on or look at and evaluate, but
Sure, I was unaware he did that. Yeah, I'll take a look
that
at that.
that was the word from Brock Cutting.
Okay.
Brock also mentioned that if and when we have money to plant trees in the pocket park, that he would be willing to be a tree consultant for us to select some good varieties as he did with the Bridge Street project. So,
Yeah.
uh,
I did receive some complaints about some of the trees. A
uh-huh,
lot of people don't want red maples, and a lot of people want apple and cherry trees. They like the
uh-huh.
blossoms.
Well, I'm sure we can put them together for
I'm
a
sure
hearty debate there
I'm
about
sure
tree
we can.
varieties. I
We'll
bet
figure something out.
there are probably plenty of opinions about
Yes,
that.
there are.
But anyway, that was just my update on trees from Brock.
Okay.
Um,
I
so
left him
going
a message. He hasn't returned my call yet.
okay. Um, Going on to old business pocket park benches. Terry, do we have any news from Johanna?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're still waiting for word there in order to get that going. But do we need to take any action on Brent's quote or not?
No, the money's been set aside. The board took a vote at a prior meeting on the amount, so we're set.
Okay. All righty. And any other updates on the pocket park from anybody else?
Oh,
Hearing
No.
none, we'll go on to the town-owned tax title properties. Any new information there?
We have received the town tax title attorney had recommended two Massachusetts municipal property liquidators, and we have received information from one and none as yet from the second. I haven't seen the information from the first. I wanted to wait until Angel, our assigned person for this project, gets them both, and then I'll give them a look over and forward them on to you guys.
Okay. So if there's nothing further on that, number 3 is Kathy Puckett regarding Water Street speeding concerns and results of the FERCog's traffic count and speeding report. I have reviewed that. It looks like the verdict was that the number and percentage of speeding or ticketable speeding incidents is rated as low. Any other comments from Board and Terry?
My only comment as a liaison to the police department was that it was in fact deemed to be, as you put it, or as it was put, I'll put it this way from him. The FERCog deployed a traffic counting device that also collected speed data. The results indicate that speeding is not as prevalent as initially perceived, resulting in an overall low enforcement rating. While we will continue to monitor the area and conduct enforcement when appropriate, the data suggests that the issue is relatively limited. That's from the chief. So in my mind, that matter is closed.
That's my feeling exactly.
All right. Well, we can note or maybe we can include the data from the FERCog's speed monitoring in our minutes, so we have them in the record. Can we do that, Terry?
Sure.
Okay. Good. At least we'll have a point of reference there should the matter resurface.
And we should notify Kathy Puckett.
Yeah.
Yes, I will respond to her.
Great. Good. So now we are on to D, the Advanced Energy Group regarding proposal for lighting at 623 Mohawk Trail, the police department's office. And we have Jeff Bettner here from the Shelburne Energy Committee. Jeff has sent us a preliminary report saying that there is grant funding available for about 4,000 plus, and the total cost of lighting energy efficiency improvements would be in the neighborhood of 15,000, and the estimated savings would be about $1,300 a year for about an 8-year payback if we were to head in that direction. And Jeff, do you have further updates for us about that?
Not too much. Nope, that pretty much nails it. Rick, did you have something?
Have more information if you'd like.
Okay, that'd be good.
Kind of came under the police liaison, but I pushed it down to this, knowing it was on the agenda for later. The Energy Committee did in fact meet.
True. Yep.
Did in fact meet and vote to support this, which we asked Jeff to do. So he has confirmed that the Energy Committee supports moving forward with this. We had also instructed our desire to have the Finance Committee weigh in, and the Finance Committee from both Buckland and Shelburne have now been asked to review everything that we have to this point and give us their recommendations. And the reason Buckland Buckland Finance Committee was looped into this is it's an unplanned capital expense. So we will get feedback from the two towns' finance committees, and at that point we'll be able to make a decision. And they've been asked to respond promptly, and I believe our finance committee meets tonight, maybe. Or tomorrow night, I forget, but it's this very soon. So by our next meeting, we should hopefully have some information to be able to make a decision on this.
And Todd did send me a note saying that he had reviewed it himself, and so he was going to bring it to the committee. So I think, but he didn't tell me what his result, what he was thinking. So I don't know too much beyond that. But the Energy Committee did. I should have said that. The Energy Committee definitely did support it. So
I got you.
thank you for saving me.
And that's all on that for me.
Rod, yeah, anything else for you?
No, I'm good.
Okay. And if this were to be supported, Jeff or Terry, are there thoughts in mind about how the $10,000 would be scrounged together?
We currently have an excess amount in our FY26 streetlight account. So I have asked the accountant to encumber those funds for now. And if a decision is made in favor of this proposal, the money will be set aside for the project.
Okay, so
The
there is funding in hand then.
The
Yeah,
Energy Committee was also recommending you can take it out as a 3-year zero interest loan too. So if you want to spread it, but I don't know. It looks like Rick doesn't want to do that. So that's fine.
Well, we have the money.
But it is
We
zero
have the
interest.
money in this
What's
year's
that?
budget.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's good.
And is this if we did spend the money without a loan and the project was supported, this would be then split between the towns as a capital expense?
yes.
Okay, good. Um, I think that answers my questions on that. Anything else from you, Jeff?
No, that's
Okay,
great. I appreciate you guys looking at it.
great. Well, thank you for your work on that. I guess my only other question was, you mentioned the possibility of the legislature cutting back the Mass Save program. Is this grant funding, the 4,500 or whatever
It's
on?
already made set aside, so we're good on that. And actually, I don't think Mass Save is going to get cut at this point. It looks pretty good. It was supported by the entire Senate, and it now needs to just move through the House. But the House was not totally in total agreement, but there'll be some kind of negotiations getting it there. So Mass Save should be at least saved somehow, because it was almost a unanimous Senate side. So.
Great. But this grant has been awarded to us, this 4,500.
Correct. Correct.
Okay,
Yeah.
great.
So it's not a problem, but it should be done fairly soon if we can, because
Yeah.
the also they're slowly in green communities they're doing away with doing lighting projects just because they pretty much pay for themselves without having to go for grant money. So it's kind of
Hmm.
nice that they're actually offering this, even though because otherwise it would be whatever a 13, 14 year payback or something. Um, so it
Yeah,
just saves us some time on that.
good. Well, thank you. And
Mhm.
so we're on to new business and end of year budgetary transfers. Terry?
Every year, Mass General Law, Chapter 44, Section 33B allows the towns to make internal transfers for those budgets with deficit balances. We have one more warrant coming up this week. And at best, we believe these are the only 4 accounts left with a deficit balance that need to be brought back into balance. So the accountant is requesting that the board approve these 4 transfers, and then the finance committee will do the same.
All right. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
All right. The motion has been made and seconded. Is there any further discussion?
I think it would behoove us to mention the 4, what they are.
Yes, I
Okay.
agree. I was just looking for them in the
I,
in the notes. I don't see them here.
I
Did I
think
miss?
it was a separate email from our packet.
Oh,
I can go over it for you if you'd like.
go ahead. Yeah, go ahead if you would.
Okay, the first one is $73 from the officer's bonding account to the property insurance account. The second is $1,900 from the reserve account to the general government salaries account. The third is the transfer of $399.18 from highway salaries and wages to the snow and ice removal account. And $35 is the fourth, to transfer from the reserve account to the emergency management expense account. And that will bring those four accounts into balance, not in a deficit.
Thank you, Rick, for that detail. So the motion has been made and seconded and provided with the four-item detail. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, we'll vote. Rick?
Yes.
Rod?
Yes.
Andrew is yes, and the motion carries unanimously. Item B is the Memorial Hall Association lease expiring on December 31st of this year. Terry, do you have anything more you want to add to that now, or just advise us to read the lease?
Yeah, I did let Jim Kessler know that the lease is due to expire at the end of this year and asked Memorial Hall Association to review it. I would also encourage each of you to review it, and then I'll keep it on the agenda, perhaps for discussion at our next meeting if people have comments they'd like to make or changes.
Okay.
Actually, Andrew?
Yeah, go ahead.
I did happen to speak to town council last week, and out of the blue she mentioned that she had the lease and has reviewed it and had some serious concerns about the old lease within what municipalities are allowed, etc. And she advised me to ask the select board to let the Memorial Hall Association know that the current lease will need some updating, which I think is obvious to all of us. It was 10 years old. Things change. And that the things that she had concerns about, I would like to recommend that we send her the current lease and have her make a redlined version, which would show anything she's suggesting to delete in red and anything she's suggesting to put in its place in red, that we can then share with both parties to have a kind of a starting point with significant things that she already has observed that she definitely said need changing before we should sign it.
Sure. I'm happy to support that. Donna reviewing it, which I assumed she would do in any case, but having a preliminary review is a good idea. Donna was our attorney 10 years ago, so I'm assuming she reviewed it at that time as well.
As I say, a decade happens and things change.
Yeah.
So I think you're right. A preliminary review would be a good starting point for both they and us to begin with.
Good. All right. Well, we'll look for that review at our next meeting, and I don't recommend that we vote on it then, because I think we should give the Memorial Hall Association a chance to come and speak to us after they've reviewed Donna's changes. So
I think we'll end up in an executive committee to negotiate contracts, right? We don't do that in public meetings.
Yeah, no, that's fine. We can schedule that. We have plenty of time to do this, so I don't think we're in a hurry.
Nope.
Good. Well, under any other business, our next regular meeting is July 27th at 5:30. My only other piece of other business was just since you mentioned the Finance Committee is meeting shortly, Terry, do you know if they have reviewed the tech schools capital vote project and what their recommendation is on that?
So they are actually working on that, and Terry Mitchell told me that she would contact me when they were finished with their analysis, and I would schedule them to come in.
Okay. Well, if you're in touch with them, tell them not to wait too long, because vote is scheduled on October 6th currently.
They're aware of that. It's just since Superintendent Martin stepped down, they're working with whomever is in the office that can help them with the questions that they're posing.
Yeah. All right. Well, I have certainly a lot of questions too. I would love to learn from them about if possible. Um, Anybody else have any other business? Rick?
I'd like to run this by you and see what you both think. Um, the CPC, the Community Preservation Committee, is an important committee doing important work. The law that set it up is very specific as to the composition of the committee. And the Conservation Commission, as an example, had difficulty finding somebody willing to participate, and that's one of the 9 seats that are required seats for the committee. So last year I attended one of their meetings and um, was able to convince one of their members to be appointed to the committee. It didn't run by us because that appointment is directly the purview of the Conservation Commission. That person completed the year, but had refused to accept that appointment for the new fiscal year that has now just begun. So in communication with both members and their administrative assistant, the biggest problem is they meet in person at 4 p.m. at the fire station in Shelburne Center. The Conservation Commission, unlike me, are not retired. The chairman works his farm all day. Not going to knock off at 3 to shower and drive down to the fire station, have a meeting in the middle of his workday. The consensus of the board when they discuss it, or the commission, is that this is just the worst possible time to ask any of us to leave our jobs or whatever to go for this meeting. I personally think that as the select board, understanding that this position is an important one, that no one else can fill this seat. We can't assign anybody to it. It has to be a member of the Conservation Commission. Otherwise, that nine-member group, obviously with the odd number, falls to 8, leaving it open to tie votes, etc., is not healthy, good thing. So my instinct is that we as the select board should probably send a recommendation to the CPC that they move their meetings to after the workday to better allow good people who may want to serve at a reasonable time of day. I mean, we start at 5:30 after the work hour. Rod and you, Andrew, both work and still, find a way to get here for 5:30. But it's 4 o'clock meeting. I think you guys would pull your hair out. I don't need to because I have none left. But that's a whole different thing. So I would like to see us make that recommendation that they consider in their reorganization meeting, which is upcoming, to move their meetings to 5:30 or later, so that we could hopefully get somebody from the Conservation Commission to join, as well as the public to be able to attend. And also, they could consider doing it for Zoom. But those are all things that group can vote on. We know that Zoom increases participation and feedback to the boards. But I think at the very least, just a suggestion that they consider moving the time of day to an evening meeting would help them fill out their ranks. They're all volunteers, and as you know, we need to make it as easy as possible for good people to be able to serve.
I'm happy to support that recommendation that they look for a late afternoon or evening meeting.
I as well.
Great. So is it good that Terry sends that note on our behalf?
Sure. Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Great. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I think it's the right thing to at least ask.
I do.
Do we know when their next meeting is?
Yes. I think it's Tuesday next or Wednesday next week. Let me see. I'm sorry, it's tomorrow at 4 o'clock. Yep, tomorrow, 4 o'clock at the fire station.
Okay.
If we can get that to their chair, which currently, before reorganization, is Will Flanders.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Rick. Um, so we are on to correspondence. Do we have any correspondence?
We do not.
Okay. Then we are on to public comment. Jeff, I think you're our one member of the public here, other than our newspaper reporter.
Appreciate it. I just looked and I can't find a finance committee next meeting. It's not listed on the town records.
They're
So I'm
not
wondering,
scheduled to meet this week. I believe it's the following week.
okay, I don't even see it for that, but they usually meet on Monday for sure.
They meet whenever they have
Yeah,
enough
okay.
people to fill
Okay,
quorum.
I'll send a note to Todd and see when if I can get on that one.
And Terry, just on that note, with the CPC and the finance and others, are all those meetings on our website?
It's up to their administrator to post the meetings on the website. The official posting place is still the foyer of Town Hall, but we're always recommending that their clerical and admin assistants put that information on the website.
Seems like we are in the 21st century here now. So,
Committees like the Finance Committee don't meet routinely on a specific second Tuesday of every month.
mhm.
So they'll post within 48 hours as required by law, and then their agenda goes on the website.
Yep.
Yeah, it just seems like a good governance practice to put it on the website as a so that the public has a reasonable chance of knowing what their boards are doing.
The finance committee has been real good about that, though. They're
Good.
one of the ones that does. There's several that are a little slack.
Yeah. Good. Any other public comments? Hearing none, I'll accept a motion to adjourn.
So
So
moved.
moved.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, and we are adjourned. All
Thanks
right.
Thank
all.
you.
See you
Thanks,
back here
guys.
on the 27th.
Have a good
All
night,
right.
everyone.
Good night.
Good night.